The following is produced by 5 Star Productions USA, which is solely responsible for its editorial content and is sponsored in part by a grant from Paul Mitchell Salon Hair Care.
Hats off to our friends across the Atlantic. In Great Britain, over half the paper in cardboard is made from recycled paper. In the United States, we consume 69 million tons of paper and cardboard each year. That's more per capita than any other country in the world. Unfortunately, the percentage of paper we recycle is actually lower than it was in the 1950s. Hello, I'm Ed Begley Jr., and this is Today's Environment, coming to you from the back lot of the Disney MGM studios, where we are examining questions that challenge our environment and exploring the solutions that may help put it on the road to recovery. Wouldn't it be nice to reach into your trash can and pull out money? It's happening for many companies who are taking a closer look at their waste stream. What they thought was useless can be very valuable. Watch this.
When you see a rainbow, it's often a symbol of hope and better things to come. But that beautiful spectrum of color is merely sunlight separated into its component parts.
Few people would see such beauty in the endless flood of liquid waste that flows from modern factories, refineries, paper mills, and chemical plants. But separated into its component parts, that river of waste can be transformed into a stream of revenue.
Researchers specializing in waste minimization, like these from Mobile Process Technology, can often find real value in what appears to be a useless waste stream. In almost every industrial operation, such as this one at the E.I. DuPont PET Resin and Chemicals facility in Old Hickory, Tennessee, raw materials are processed together to form a product. What doesn't wind up in the product is often referred to as waste only because it contains unwanted impurities. But the components of that process waste are the same valuable raw materials that went into the manufacturing process. State-of-the-art filtration technology can often separate the unwanted metal impurities from the valuable raw materials, or at least useful byproducts made from combinations of materials that reacted together during the process.
Waste streams are rarely exactly alike, so recovering the useful elements must be done on a customized plant-by-plant basis. Now, different separation technologies can be combined to create the most cost-effective way to transform waste into a resource.
Ion exchange technology is frequently used to remove toxic metals from wastewaters and process streams. Exhausted ion exchange resins can be regenerated and returned to the system, while the heavy metals can be sent to a recycling facility. Filtration systems using membrane separation technology like reverse osmosis or ultrafiltration can separate and concentrate impurities from wastewater. Now, this is achieved by passing the water through specially designed membranes that are chosen to remove toxic organic compounds from the wastewater. An activated carbon adsorption system then polishes the filtered water by removing remaining traces of organic compounds. The treated water is pure enough for reuse or can be discharged. The concentrated organic compounds must then be dealt with as hazardous waste, but this is but a small fraction of the original volume of wastewater. Systems may vary with waste streams, but the results of adding a resource recovery separation process seem to be very similar: reduced costs and increased revenues. In general, we all share in the gains made from recovering valuable resources and minimizing waste, because separating waste streams into a complete spectrum of valuable resources can create a rainbow of hope on our environmental horizon.
Did you know that a drip that takes 10 minutes to fill up a coffee cup will waste over 3,000 gallons a year? Any leak is a big leak. Lug them up and get involved with today's environment today.
The price we pay for beauty goes far beyond dollars and cents. Many products that help us look good leave tortured creatures and a contaminated earth in their wake. But one company crusades to protect animals and our planet. Beauty is only skin deep. Character comes straight from the heart. Just watch.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. But whatever look you like, it doesn't always come by accident. Many of us use special products to help us appear as attractive as possible. Millions of cosmetics and personal care products are designed to maximize physical beauty, but they can release something not so pretty, called pollution. Some manufacturers of personal care products realize that it's just as important to keep the earth beautiful as it is to make humans attractive. This plant, operated by Clairol Incorporated, followed strict environmental, health, and safety guidelines set by its parent company, Bristol-Myers Squibb. In a worldwide strategy called Environment 2000, they're seeking to become part of the solution towards a sustainable society. Pollution prevention throughout the product life cycle is the cornerstone of the strategy. Part of the program calls for a product life cycle review for both current and new products, which shifts the responsibility for environmental excellence from environmental professionals to management and all employees. From the drawing board to the recycling center, every aspect of a product and its package and associated processes receives attention. Already, successes in packaging design have scored big environmental gains. Multiple package products have been redesigned to fit into a single container. Other modifications have reduced plastic and related packaging materials by up to 60% in some products. Two key programs have taken aim at eliminating alcohol and VOCs from formulas and improving the biodegradability of products. This project has already led to product improvements and new products. All industrial processes generate waste. However, a $5 million upgrade of the waste handling system will better ensure that it won't harm the environment. Stainless steel piping with secondary containment and a computer-monitored and operated pre-treatment facility, which exceeds regulatory requirements, help safeguard accidents and spills.
At Clairol, we will continue to work towards reducing the impact of our products on the environment and to work towards improving the environment for everyone.
Reviews help us protect the quality of life of all our stakeholders and to reduce our demands on natural resources. It's our intention to complete the reviews of all our products by the end of 1997.
When a manufacturer of personal care products voluntarily shoulders a public responsibility towards the environment, the things we use to look good can help make the whole world a natural beauty. Next on Today's Environment, open one of the most innovative windows of energy savings. Plus, the answer to treating wastewater might just be in your medicine cabinet.
That pane in your window can cause severe environmental distress. The energy equivalent of all the oil flowing from the Alaskan pipeline in 1 year leaks through America's windows every winter. Take a closer look.
Americans are throwing money out the window. Nearly half of all the energy used in the homes across the nation escapes through windows, doors, attics, cracks, and other leaks. Our heat and air conditioning play out their version of the Great Escape every day. And that wasted energy also costs our environment plenty. It consumes natural resources and generates hazardous air emissions. Many public utilities have made conservation a top priority and offer rebates for energy-efficient improvements on a home. Innovative window and door technology has also been developed, which helps us minimize the energy used to keep the temperature inside our homes comfortable in any climate. Researchers have taken a closer look at window and door designs and modified them to offer better insulation. This Bristol window with Super Triple E A+ with BR50 insulating glass system has superior home energy saving qualities.
In a window, heat can be exchanged in three ways. Radiation, light energy passing through the pane in both directions. Convection, the heat or cold conveyed by the movement of the air in contact with the glass. And conduction, temperature that is generated from the glass frame.
A traditional window made with 1 or 2 panes of glass and aluminum or all vinyl frames conducts hot and cold freely between the outside and the interior.
Using 3 panes of glass eliminates the direct contact between environments and thus reduces conduction. Now, the loss of hot or cold through radiation can be greatly decreased by adding an invisible yet highly reflective coating of soft coat low E to the 2 outer panes.
This coating acts as a thermal mirror which reflects short wavelength radiation from the outside and does the same for the temperature inside your home. Convection, caused by the air between the panes changing temperature, can be reduced by filling that space with the colorless gas argon. Argon is heavier and less conductive than air, which combines to reduce the airflow and produce less convection. A non-metallic low-conductivity sealant adds another element to prevent the conductive heat exchange. This special thermoplastic spacer permanently bonds the glass and thermal properties together and creates a warm edge effect on these super energy-efficient windows. The argument for future energy conservation is an open and shut case. Bristol doors insulated with a polyurethane filling can help hold heat in during the winter and lock it out during the summer. Meticulous installations and weatherproof seals around all doors and windows prevent air leaks between the outside and inside spaces. Windows and doors provide our visual and physical gateways to the outside world. And now, with super energy efficient designs, so many resources on our planet might not be lost in space.
Score one for our planet. Over 30% of U.S. paper mills use only recycled paper. If we keep recycling, that number can grow higher than the trees it saves. Get involved with today's environment today.
1,001 uses. We've all heard that claim before. Well, some tools are designed for many different jobs. That can be true with chemicals, too. This next segment looks at one formula that might be right for several solutions.
Don't drink the water. This babbling brook could be a bubbling cauldron. Chlorinated organics from industrial processes can contaminate both surface and groundwater. Chlorine exposed to extreme heat can form dioxins, and many believe that toxic waste can cause birth defects and cancer. Treating industrial wastewaters to remove these chlorinated organic pollutants can be very costly. Many companies, including pulp and paper bleaching operations, are searching for an environmentally preferable replacement for chlorine, and they've found one. Hydrogen peroxide. You may recognize it as the opaque brown bottle in your medicine cabinet, but it might also be the right remedy for many environmental ills. This facility, operated by the Degussa Corporation, manufactures hydrogen peroxide in concentrations designed to tackle some tough ecological challenges. Chemically, it's a combination of hydrogen and oxygen. Practically, it's a planet-friendly chemical that can be applied to improve many industrial processes. In many cases, it can be substituted for chlorine and used as a bleaching agent. It can control the rotten egg odor at municipal wastewater treatment plants by oxidizing foul-smelling volatile molecules into inert compounds. And it's often used to treat industrial waste. When added to industrial effluents, it can turn a toxic, hazardous liquid waste stream into a non-hazardous, non-toxic pool of water. Again, oxidation provides the primary reaction that turns harmful organic pollutants into biodegradable compounds. When petroleum hydrocarbons like gasoline, oil, and diesel fuels leak out of faulty storage tanks and contaminate the soil, hydrogen peroxide can be a good solution. It mixes with water and carries much-needed oxygen to the natural microorganisms that biodegrade the contaminants.
Hydrogen peroxide is the environmentally friendly chemical of the next century. Its oxidative powers have a wide range of applications, and we're finding more and more every day. It can be used to scrub sulfur dioxide from power plant emissions or to replace chlorine in paper bleaching and water disinfection.
Chemists at Degussa are also working to develop formulas to replace chlorine in laundry detergents. For a long time, hydrogen peroxide has helped us around the house. Now it's helping the entire Earth in industrial applications by making our air and water safe. Sometimes, complicated environmental problems can be addressed with a very simple formula. Complexity isn't necessary. The key to our relationship with the planet is finding the right chemistry. In a moment, here on Today's Environment, packaging with an environmental punch, plus an electronic war against ozone depletion.
Americans can afford to lose a few pounds of waste, that is. On average, each one of us tosses out over 400 pounds of packaging every year. One way to trim this weight is to shop for more product and less package. Let's take a closer look.
Welcome to the war zone. These shelves mark the battlefield, and every package serves as a soldier in the combat for your dollar. The age of consumerism has created a system where the package has become the final persuader. Unfortunately, this growth in consumption has contributed to overcrowded landfills. Over 30% of the volume of waste there now was once a product's package. Some packaging manufacturers, however, are taking a proactive stand to reduce the impact of their products on the earth. This plant, operated by Lawson Martin Packaging, operates near a wildlife conservation area under strict company-enforced guidelines designed to foster environmental sensitivity. The parent company, Alu Swiss Lanza Holding of Switzerland, which operates worldwide, instituted an ecology and risk management policy to demonstrate its commitment to the principles established by the International Chamber of Commerce for Sustainable Development. At this Radisson, New York facility, every process receives ongoing scrutiny to see if the environmental impact can be reduced. Virtually all of the folding cartons manufactured here are made from recycled boxboard, and nearly 90% of all waste gets recycled. Thermal oxidation air scrubbers have been installed to remove smog-forming VOCs from the exhaust stream, and solvent-based inks and cleaners regularly get reclaimed and recycled. Printing operations can further reduce liquid hazardous waste at the source by substituting water-based coatings for those containing VOCs. An empty cardboard box need not go to the recycling bin. A re-trippable corrugated program coordinates their return and reuse. One box can often be reused 7 times before it gets recycled.
The packaging industry must take decisive steps to reduce the environmental impact of its products and processes. Being next to a wildlife conservation area reminds us daily that there's a delicate balance between people and nature, and we must strive to maintain it.
Spill detection monitors and secondary containment systems help protect groundwater from any chemical accidents. Environmental sensitivity starts on the drawing board. These designers at Lawson Martin Packaging try to minimize the waste from their containers and labels. Using recycled materials to create recyclable packages stands out as a major challenge to their talents. More efficient use of materials and reductions in the size and weight of containers can also help them conform to the golden rule: reduce, reuse, and recycle. On a crowded supermarket shelf, a great package can make a significant difference between a product's success or failure. And in a sustainable world, the greatest packages will make a very big impact on the consumer and a very small one on the environment.
2 thin dimes. That's about the depth of the ozone layer. And it's all that stands between the sun and a worldwide epidemic of skin cancer. This next idea may help protect our stratospheric ozone.
Fun in the sun. For many people, a day at the beach tops their list of favorite pastimes. But basking in the sun could be playing with fire. CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons, released from many of today's solvents, refrigerants, and other chemicals used in industrial processes, are gradually destroying the Earth's protective ozone layer. As the ozone gets depleted, more UV radiation reaches the Earth's surface, causing skin cancers, cataracts, and reduced yields in crops.
The 1987 Montreal Protocol Agreement, now signed by 130 nations, calls for the reduction and eventual elimination of ozone-depleting CFCs. Now, many companies around the world who use these chemicals have taken steps to comply and eliminate these substances.
This circuit board was manufactured by Northern Telecom using no CFCs whatsoever. In 1987, when they launched their Free in 3 program, the company consumed about 2.2 million pounds of CFC-based solvents. Within 3 years, however, the company had succeeded in completely eliminating CFCs from all of its worldwide manufacturing processes. Early experiments with CFC conservation and with substitution of alternative chemicals were promising. But the real breakthrough solution turned out to be a no-clean technology that eliminated the need to clean flux residue from the circuit boards. The no-clean circuit boards not only performed reliably, they provided some quality improvements.
We were able to show that pollution prevention really can make good business sense. In that 3-year period alone, we invested $1 million in changing our processes, and we saved approximately $4 million in solvent and related costs, and we're proud of that fact.
The company also enhanced the global effort to reduce CFC use by co-founding the International Cooperative for Ozone Layer Protection with one of their competitors and the U.S. EPA.
This organization is dedicated to promoting the worldwide exchange of information on ways to stop the depletion of our fragile atmospheric shield. Now, working with ICULP, Northern Telecom has launched technology cooperation programs with Mexico, Turkey, China, and India.
In Mexico, the program has helped to achieve a 70% reduction in ozone-depleting solvent use. Even if we could stop emitting CFCs right now, the destructive effects of what has already been released would still continue for the next 100 years. That means we probably won't live long enough to see the day when the ozone layer is not being depleted. But if we take steps to stop it now, our grandchildren won't have to hide in the shadows, and their children will be able to walk on the sunny side of the street.
Pesticides might also be called people-sides. Over 20% of those chemicals designed to kill insects, fungus, and bacteria on crops are also potentially cancer-causing in humans. Traces of pesticides on fruits and vegetables can be especially threatening to children. It's always a good idea to wash your produce thoroughly before you eat it. I hope this program, broadcast from the back lot at Disney MGM Studios at Walt Disney World Resort, helped convince you that there are many good things going on to improve our environment, and that what you do individually can have an impact. Join us again next time as we explore more environmental solutions on today's environment.
The MGM Studios are located at the Walt Disney World Resort near Orlando, Florida. If you know of any interesting environmental success stories, call us at 407-997-9800. The preceding program was sponsored in part by a grant from Paul Mitchell Salon Hair Care. This has been a presentation of 5 Star Productions USA.